driving me crazy. The screen is reverse. See, like, it's actually this hand, but like it's this hand. And I'm like going like this, and I'm like going out of the screen. Okay, all right, so like, so much for Kimberly's craziness. Okay, we are doing beeswax today. And we're not doing processed beeswax from the store. We're doing real beeswax that Kimberly paid a whole lot of money for per pound. See what I mean? There we go. Okay, so this comes straight from my local organic bee farmer. Whoop, yep, there we go. And it's this big chunk of glue. This is glue, guys, because what happens is this has still got the tremulous in it. And that is the glue that they use to stick everything together in the beehive, and it's also a natural antibiotic. And so it's got many uses. Some people chew it. It's also great for clarifying the air in a home. So like you can put it on the stove and like melt it and and let the fumes of it, well, still would be on low. And yeah, sorry, there's a person here. There she is. Woo! Say hi to Cheryl, everybody. Oh, look at there. Okay, all right. And so Jessie is not being able to be with me today, and today's Monday, Make It Day. And Cheryl here thought it would be totally rockin' cool to work every now and then when I was in dire need for the meager minimum wage that I can afford to barely pay. All right, so so anyway, so this is used to clarify the air. It's used to chew, and you don't want to put it in your natural cosmetics because then everything's just going to stick to your face and everything else, and it gets on everything. I mean, you cannot get it off of stuff. And the last time I did a video on this, I was like, oh my God, I had to throw things away. I had to throw plastic things away. I mean, poor Meggers, she just throwed her hands up. We could not get it off of stuff. And that's because it's got the natural glue that's used in the beehive. And somehow the stuff that we buy, they've siphoned all of that off and whatnot. And my bee man actually uses the tremulous because there's actually a heavy layer that when he melts this that comes up on the top, and he actually skims that off and throws it in a buckets. And then he actually makes this homemade bee salve, and he uses that for his preservative. He don't use any preservative, and he says it's a natural preservative as well. I know nothing about that except for that he soaks the trabulus in water for so many weeks and then uses the water, but I don't know for sure exactly how, so do not quote me on that. We don't want to get Kimberly's butt in trouble. No. So anyway, and I use this in my new bee soap. It's bee porridge soap, and like here's the pot where you've already done one, and let's see if I can get that out there. We've been scraping this off with a knife. You can't get it off. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to put this little booger down in there and stick it on medium heat. And we've not had any burning at medium heat because she's been doing this for me. Oh, wait a minute. There you are. Have we had any burning?
No.
We've not had any burning. Oh, let's see. This little camera. There we are. Now we're in there better. I knew something was wrong. When this one turns on, it automatically puts it at like half instead of full screen. Okay? So anyway, and you can only use, if you can get a hold of some of this wonderful Jewel of the Nile stuff, you can only use stainless steel. And where's our, and we've been scraping it off of this too. Or glass that's oven safe. And the reason is the cleaning process. And so I've turned my oven on 350 and I've got it hot. And I've taken out the top rack, so because this thing is tall. And what we're doing is I use this in two ways. One, I sell it out on the shelves, and then two, I use it in the soap. Would you go get one of the bars of my bee soap? Do you know where it's out on the shelf? All right, she's gonna go get us one. All right. And so what I do is I put 5 ounces of this glorious stuff, and you can even see little specks See how it's all natural? See the specks in the bottom of the container? And so this is uncleansed bee. Well, it's cleansed to some degree because he does take that layer of tuberculous off the top. But it still has particles and tuberculous in it. And everything. And we put it in these little containers. But I put 5 ounces of it, so I'm making some of them to put on the shelf here. So every time I make the soap, I'll just have one ready. And then I'm making some to go out on the shelf. And this is the soap that I make with it. And I put 5 ounces of the tuberculous infested natural organic beeswax in the soap. Did you smell it already? Isn't that groovy? And everything. And so I put 5 ounces of this in it, and I put 5 ounces, no, how much bee pollen did we put in? Oh, Megan just got her headphones on. Give it up. We're not going to find out. We put the bee pollen from the beekeeper too, and we put a whole lot of his honey in here. And, I mean, not just like 6 tablespoons in a double batch like my normal recipes that get honey. We're talking like a cup of honey. I think it's a half a cup of bee pollen and a cup of honey and 5 ounces of the wax. But there's a video on YouTube on how to make it and everything. And then we use the little, what do you call it, the bubble wrap to make the honeycomb look on the top. And everything, and so I wanted to show you, the melting of it, and because of the first video, when it got done, I just cut the video off, and then I was like on Facebook, oh my God, how do I get this stuff off my utensils, and everything. So I wanted to, redo the video in a way to say, oh my God, this is how you do it, and so put paper towels down. Put paper towels on your scale, because where this stuff goes, it don't come off up, okay? So put paper towels down on your surfaces. Of course, don't put them on your stove. You just have to work with try not to drip and everything. And, oh, it smells really good and everything. And so, like, when we melt this down, then we've got to clean the pot. So basically the melting process is if you have to walk away from it, put it on low. If you're right here with it and you can watch it, put it on medium. Don't put it any higher than that. You're gonna burn it. And everything, and use stainless steel or glass. And it can't be, hang on, let me show you. Like this ladle, but it would have been really fun for dipping in and putting it on it, but it's got plastic on it. So I can't put that in the oven to cleanse it. And so I couldn't use it. I have to use solid glass or solid stainless steel. Now I don't use aluminum because aluminum, I worry about my aluminum intake because of the Alzheimer's, scare. And I took care of my grandfather when he had Alzheimer's, and that was rough stuff. If you walked out of the room, he immediately decided it was time to leave, and he would get up and he would head for the door. And there's all these woods behind my house that are just like goes for hundreds of miles. It's like state land behind me, or government land, and so if he got out there would be no finding him for days. And he just would the moment you were out of the room, he was heading for the front door because it was time to go to work or it was time to go somewhere and do something. And he was leaving. And I don't ever want that to happen to me. And so I know that aluminum is one of those factors. So I keep it out of my deodorant, I keep it out of my skincare products, and I don't eat food that's been cooked in aluminum, which was all of his food, almost all of his life. Grandma, he was raised on aluminum and cast iron pots when he was a kid, and then when he finally, when he married my grandmother, it was still like the 40, I mean like the 50, no, the 60s before Grandma got her first set of stainless steel, which I have. And I'm very, very blessed at that. I got it from the estate sale, and I'm telling you, that waterless cookware rocks. And just a little note, I lost another 5 pounds. Woo-hoo! I'm so excited. Anyway, so we were not gonna melt down this whole block. What we were doing, oh yeah, get mad at me, is we were just gonna finish filling. And if you don't get one all the way full, what you do is you put an empty container on your scale, tear out the container, and then it shows us the total weight of what is inside. And so now we can bring that up to more than we actually need. Okay, so now we have 5 of them ready for bee soap, and then there's a little bit left. Wouldn't you know? We'll put that back in there. And now I gotta make a little bit more to fill the next one. So we'll have 6. So I'm gonna sit and make, press it and see if it'll melt any faster. And I'm gonna turn the heat up because I'm right here watching it, like almost in the bucket with it. And you cannot cut it. Don't think you're gonna cut it. You are not gonna cut those blocks up. They are harder than a rock ever thought of. You know that wax that you brought me before? You know that first wax, beeswax you brought me? Mm-hmm. Give me that. Uh-oh, my butts are ringing. Okay. Turn that off. What wax again? You know the beeswax you brought me the first time because you thought that's what we were supposed to do? Hello? Hey. Okay, take pictures of it, and I know where that is, but get their phone number. All right, thanks. Bye. My son is in Odessa, Texas, and he is phoneless. His phone died, and he doesn't have a computer or home internet, and he's like working, 12-hour shifts, and he doesn't have a way to call me except for when he can bum a phone from somebody, and it is really getting me, okay? And so, anybody from Odessa, Texas, what's the date? February 2nd, 2015. If you're like in Odessa, Texas, and you have like a cheap flip phone that for a few dollars he could get that's Verizon that we could hook up to Page Plus, just temporary till he can get a new phone. Because he's like, he calls me up and he's like, Mom, I want to buy an iPhone 5S. And I was like, well, I understand that. I knew that's what you were fixing to do. He said, well, I don't want to go buy just another one and then have to go buy another one. And so he's phoneless, and it's driving me crazy because you know how much I worry with him being all the way in Texas. And so my son-in-law was at unclaimed baggage, and he was looking for 5Ss for me, so that's why I went ahead and answered the phone. And he said he found one, but now I have to wait till he calls me before I can even tell him. I do have the number of one of the guys he works with, so I can try. But you know, they work weird shifts and stuff. And so I'm going to try to get a hold of him and let him know that for that amount of money I could go buy it and then mail it to him. But, you know, if he could just get a cheap phone, just temporary, in Odessa, Texas, so that he could hook it up to Page Plus and be able to talk to his mama, Mama would be very happy. Okay, so anyway, this is Essential Depot Beeswax. And so you can see that this has been cleansed and purified, and it's just the wax, no tuberculous in there. And this you can heat in things and wash the residue out, no problem. You can use this in body butter and stuff like that. I worry about putting this in body butter because I worry that it would like glue your hand to your arm when you tried to use it. So I don't use this in any kind of skincare product, but except for soap. I do put it in the soap. So there's a possibility that soap's got some extra health benefits because the tuberculous is in there, but we don't know for sure. And so now I wanted to show you how to get the wax out of the pots, because that's what this was all about. So if you would gently set those down there on the end, no, all the way over there on that shelf with their lids. And you can be removing the paper towels and things like this, and put this back in its plastic bag and set it over there on the shelf where it was for the next time we decide to tackle the stuff. And then I'm going to show you in my not perfectly clean oven, because I hand dry and burn the materials needed for the black African soap, so it's authentic in here. So perfection we are not. Where's the paper towels? Alright, so now we're going to turn off the oven. Oh, okay. And I put it on 350. I was successful with 350 before at not catching my paper towels on fire. But I do want you to remember that this is a possibility. So having a fire extinguisher and or water available might be an option for you. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to fold these paper towels, and this is 3 sheets of paper towel, and we're going to lay them on the oven without letting them dip down and touch the oven unit. And I don't know if this is advisable in a gas oven. It's been like years since I had a gas oven. I don't know about gas ovens. This might not be the wise choice with a gas oven. And we are going to put our spoon in here. We're going to put our measuring cup upside down in here. And we're going to put our pot in here in the oven on the paper towel. Make sure that it cannot drip and pour down into the bottom of your oven, because you won't be a happy camper if you do. Now hang on, I'm going to show you that. And so there you go. So that's what it looks like. And the oven has been heated up to 350. And so there you go. And for those of you who are soapers and love to find something to fuss about, my oils are on top of empty buckets because they say that the FDA won't let you sit them straight on the ground. And for those of you who would just like to be educated, the FDA will not let you put your boxes or your buckets of oils or bottles directly on the floor, okay? And whew, we got dark there. Okay. So, okay, everybody. What's it been? 20 minutes? Maybe 20 minutes? Okay. So now, like, we're not going to ruin our good dishcloth. Yeah, it was hot. Kimberly forgot. With that, so we're going to clean the handle, and then we'll take one of our spotlessly clean activated charcoal stained cloths. That activated charcoal just makes everything black. And now we've wiped off the residue off of this, and we're going to do the same thing to the glass. And you can see where it's run down onto the paper towels, and you could even, you know, I double layered it, but you can do more if it's your home stove and you want to, you know, be more cautious with what gets in, you know, the bottom of your spotlessly brand new $1,000 stove. Let me turn this where. This one here, it's a $50 if you're lucky job. I don't know. I don't think anybody would give me more than 20 bucks for that thing. The handles broke off of it. And so now I'm taking and wiping out the pot, and then while it's still warm, you wash it with soap and water, okay? And make sure that you get that final little residue off of your pots. And yes, it's hot, so you wait till it cools just a little bit. And then, ta-da, you're done. And as you can see, the wax is on here, and I want to thank, hang on a minute, let me get rid of this. Because I'm telling you, it don't come off of you too good either, okay? And look, I got myself a little hot there, didn't I? Whoop, 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 right there. Whoop, no, not that way. Okay, yeah, there it is. I got myself a little red now. Wasn't even lye. I work with lye all the time. Do I get lye burns? No. Does Kimberly pick up a hot stainless steel spoon and burn herself? Yes. Don't do that at home, okay? I did not tell you to burn yourself. I told you not to burn yourself. Okay, so we've cleaned off our things, and I tell you what, this one here, I can still see a residue on that. Okay, so I could see that when it was starting to like dry, I could see where they were still wax on there. And so you want to get off all of it you can. Oh, there goes my phone again. My butt's ringing. All right, I can call that one back in a minute. All right, so, and I still got a residue on this pot. I saw it starting to turn foggy white, and so I'm gonna scrub it again with my paper towel, because I can see the residue. You can just barely see it. And everything. All right, everybody, that's how you do it. I hope you do the good parts at home. Don't make the mistakes. All right. Bye, everybody. Oh, remember, you can go to www.kimberlymatnut.com and you can find my videos and my Central Depot link. Thank you for using it. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. Right now, that phone call was because somebody on Facebook is attacking me again, and I know that's one of my admins. I've already got a couple messages about it. I don't know why these people want to do this, but you know, they gotta be haters. And so I've got to deal with that now, and it's been crazy all day, and everything. And so, and then plus, you can go and so hit the like button. let YouTube know that you love my channel. Go down to the bottom where it says channel feedback. If they got lots of positives, they ain't gonna pay attention to the negatives. And hitting the like button really helps tons for my videos. And then also, if you would like to purchase some soap from me, maybe some bee soap, you can go to www.essential- like in a phone number, soaps, plural, SOAPS.com. All right, thanks everybody, bye.